Majestic.
Include a scrap metal band.
Yep. Can you look up how many knuckles are in a spider's leg?
Yeah, I can look up how many knuckles are in a spider's leg.
Alright, so that's this one, this one, this one, and then I think it's down to body. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then spindle down. You know what I'm saying? And then this I just want in like a needle, like I want it like dangerous pointy.
Yeah, we just got to do that on a long axis first, and then we'll make our bends.
Okay, so we're gonna go with 3 knuckles.
3 knuckles.
So basically, draw out the needle, and then work back through the knuckles.
Yeah.
And then I'll start working on the body.
Okay.
All right. This whole project really revolves around the forge. You got to heat up the metal hot enough so it'll move, but not so hot that it'll melt down and lose its shape and structural integrity. So unfortunately, guys, you're in for a lot of beating. So while Steven's over there getting a plan together for the legs, I'm over here at the welding station trying to figure out how I'm going to form up the shape of the body. We don't really have any plan here. We're just kind of playing it by feel, to be honest with you. This didn't end up working out. You can see me trying to make this work, and over here working on the body while Steven does the legs. Trying to build up this 1/4-inch rod here and have like a graduated, you know, body. Spider's kind of a bulbous animal, insect, arachnid, exoskeletal creature. So, don't really know exactly what I'm doing. Yeah! At this point, you can actually see the legs start taking shape, and we almost look like we know what we're doing. But I kind of like how it's,
Yeah,
like,
I'll just do a bunch of like welding in there to add some, like,
set the shape.
yeah. So it's, yeah. 'Cause right now, if we bend it, it can just.
But yeah, we attach the legs to it. All right.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, you put gloves on and you can reach in there and spray stuff.
Here you can see the body starting to take shape. It's honestly a little more hornet and a little less spider, but I'm okay with that. This is more of a fantasy thing. And now we're working on the head, which once again, I'm not going for a realistic spider. I'm just going for a weird, scary spider in motion. That was the whole deal here, is I just wanted it to look like it was moving towards you. Like it should make you nervous when you're standing next to it. And this just really needs a little bit of texture, and you'll start seeing it come together.
Oh, Adam. What up? Got some welding for you.
Steven was realizing how much time it was going to take on the legs, so we did a little cheat move here. Instead of drawing everything out and leaving some thicker spots, I went ahead and built up the knuckles with some weld to make it easier for him to just beat in between instead of trying to build up that spot. So little welding, little forging, takes the whole team. See what we got there? Now those are going to become the knuckles. And once we heat them and beat them, they'll start blending in with the rest of it.
Y'all are a bunch of dorks.
So here we are, working on the fangs. Everything about sculpture and art in general is about details. So we're really getting into the detail phase. We got the main structure figured out, and now it's time to make this thing look realistic and more than a craft project. And that's all done with these little tiny components and texturing and honestly kind of researching what a real spider looks like. So spider fangs don't actually come out like that. They have a little hairy kind of gasket that comes halfway down. So end up building that up with metal later on to make it look more realistic. So each fang is, you know, really like 3 different components go into it. You've got the material, the buildup of the gasket, and then the texturing at the end. Here I am just laying out the eyes. We're gonna go back with silly bronze here later, but I'm just kind of reserving that space.
Nice. Got the fangs going and everything.
Just weird enough.
Yeah, get some legs going off of it. Nice, bro.
So, but I think it still needs texture. It's like, it's too smooth.
Good.
I tried doing the hair thing like you were talking about,
No.
but I can't get it to stick.
Can't get it to stick?
Like, you know. But I'm thinking maybe that texture dye, we could just maybe shove this whole thing in there. It'll get a little misshapen, but
Well, we can.
massage it back.
Yeah. Do you want it like that, or you want it more?
I like how it looks contorted.
Yeah. I like it.
See how like from the front, like the body's,
Yeah.
so it'll show kind of motion, I'm hoping, like.
I like it.
So, but
Yeah.
I'm pretty good on this. So if you want, I can just help you crank out these legs.
Yeah.
And then we can shove this in there. Still a ways to go.
Yeah.
All right. So Steven finally stopped hogging the forge and let me beat on something. Those of you who don't know, my favorite tool is a beater. So I was mostly getting jealous over there because he made me weld.
Sorry, that's probably way better. My bad.
Is this that hair texture dye you made yesterday?
Yeah, let's just cut some grooves into a cheap hammer to give it some texture and be able to make the bars look a little prettier as we go down it. So you don't want anything too uniform.
Yeah, this will make it look really next level, man.
Basically what we're doing is just leaving chatter marks all up and down it to kind of give it that fur of like a spider's leg, because they have tiny little hairs on them. So that's just all we're doing.
Forging builds up a lot of scale, so at the end of this, before we do any finishing, you want to get all that scale off. It actually helps the texture show up more. Here Steven's trying to bend the leg and it's not working out because the heat was too generalized. So I pulled out the rosebud and that let me focus the heat directly on the knuckles, so we got a sharper bend. Because, you know, spider's an aggressive animal and we really needed a nice sharp bend at each knuckle to give it that look. So you see me just using a hole in the table and really localizing that heat exactly where I wanted the metal to move. And you see how the rest of the leg now is staying straight until that knuckle. Leg position is a big, big deal. You see me struggling here, and I'm really just tacking these. I'm gonna move them later. But the angle of each leg and knuckle and the height of each knuckle is really what's gonna make this thing look like it's moving. If we fail here, it's not gonna achieve, you know, what I'm going for. So this does look random, but we actually put a lot of thought into the placement of these legs at the end of it.
We can do, like, there's guys that, there's a septic tank guy that all he does is pump septic tanks, and he's blown the fuck up. It's because he's funny.
If only I was funny. Honestly, I could show you guys about 10 more hours of just heating and beating metal, but instead, why don't we just cut to the end of this? You want to see a spider or what?